Hey YouTube, this is Yirmiyahu Weeps. I'm going to be going through the book of Mattityahu, or what's commonly known as Matthew. Now this has been my own work, basically like an in-depth Bible study where I've been trying to see what the names really mean, the words really mean. So I'm going to start it off. This is known as the separate writings, the Kitbe HaKodesh, what's commonly called the Holy Bible, but it means the separate writings. And a couple titles that I've given it, I don't know if this is completely accurate Hebrew, so please don't quote me, but the Sepharim HaSepharim, which means the most excellent books, literally the books of books, but it means the most excellent books. I also call it the Sepharim HaBasor Yahweh, which I understand it to mean the books of the good news of Yahweh. Okay, the book of Mattityahu, called the Basuras Hagula according to Mattityahu, which in English would mean the beneficial and healing message of redemption according to gift of Yahweh. That's what the name Mattityahu or Matthew means, gift of Yahweh. Chapter 1. The scroll of the origin of Yeshua HaMashiach. The scroll of the origin of Yeshua HaMashiach, son of David, son of Abraham. First I'm just going to read it and then I'll go through. Abraham fathered Yitzhak, and Yitzhak fathered Yaakov, and Yaakov fathered Yehuda and his brothers. And Yehuda fathered Peretz and Zerach out of Tamar. And Peretz fathered Hezron, and Hezron fathered Ram. And Ram fathered Aminadab, and Aminadab fathered Nachshon. And Nachshon fathered Salmon, and Salmon fathered Boaz out of Rahab. And Boaz fathered Obed out of Ruth. And Obed fathered Yeshai. And Yeshai fathered David the king, and David the king fathered Shalomo out of Uriah's wife. And Shalomo fathered Rehoboam. And Rehoboam fathered Abiyah, and Abiyah fathered Asa. And Asa fathered Yehoshaphat, and Yehoshaphat fathered Joram. And Joram fathered Uzziah, and Uzziah fathered Yotam. And Yotam fathered Ahaz, and Ahaz fathered Chizkiyahu, and Chizkiyahu fathered Menashe. And Menashe fathered Ammon, and Ammon fathered Yoshiyahu. And Yoshiyahu fathered Yekoniah and his brothers at the time of the exile to Babel. And after the exile to Babel, Yekoniah fathered Shealtiel, and Shealtiel fathered Zerubbabel. And Zerubbabel fathered Abihud, and Abihud fathered Abiner, and Abiner fathered Eliakim, and Eliakim fathered Azor, and Azor fathered Sadok, and Sadok fathered Akim, and Akim fathered Elihud, and Elihud fathered Elazar, and Elazar fathered Matan, and Matan fathered Jacob, and Jacob fathered Yosef, to whom was betrothed Miriam the young woman, and Yosef fathered Yeshua, who is called Hamashiach. So all the generations from Abraham to David were 14 generations, and from David to the exile to Babel were 14 generations, and from the exile to Babel to Mashiach were 14 generations. And the beginning of Yeshua HaMashiach was as follows. After his mother was betrothed to Yosef, before they lived together, she was found to be pregnant from the separate breath of Yahweh. And Yosef her husband, being a tzaddik man, and not willing to publicly disgrace her, planned to privately separate from her. And after he thought about these things, look, a messenger of Yahweh appeared to him in a dream, saying, Yosef, son of David, don't be afraid to take home Miriam your wife, because that which is in her, being conceived out of the breath of Yahweh, is separate and devoted to Yahweh. And she will give birth to a son, and you will name him Yoshua, because he will rescue his people from their waywardness. And all of this happened to fulfill what was spoken by Yahweh through the Nabi, who said, Look, the virgin will conceive, and will give birth to a son, and they will name him Emmanuel, which translated means, Ale with us. And Yosef woke up from his sleep, and he did as the messenger of Yahweh directed him. He took his wife home, and she bore to him a son, and he called his name Yoshua. Okay, now let me go back and start going through this. Okay, the scroll would also be known as the book, but it could be in a story or a telling. The origin, this is verse 1, the scroll of the origin of Yeshua HaMashiach. Origin, I think, is very interesting because the word there that's translated as origin, that I've translated as origin anyways, is genesios, which is a form of the word Genesis. Now, I bet a lot of people are familiar with the term Genesis. It's a Greek term that means the beginning or birth or genealogy or history of origins. So it kind of has all those connotations to it. Yoshua, his name actually means Yahweh is rescue, or Yahweh is salvation. And Hamashiach, which is commonly translated as Christ, just means the anointed one. Probably referring to a king, but I think it can also be referring to somebody that's got an anointing on them, so they're put into a certain office, like Hanabi, which is translated into prophet, but means like a spokesman of Yahweh, or say a priest, which is actually a Kohen and means like a community structure support. And the son of David doesn't necessarily mean son as in like he's his father. It means descendant, a descendant of David. David, otherwise known as David, means beloved, and Abraham, otherwise known as Abraham, let me check my time, I'm good, means fly they will, cut a covenant. So it has cutting a covenant in the middle of his name. Instead of Abram, it's Abraham, and because it's cut a covenant is why it's Ham instead of Abram. So another thing that's here I'll get to that. Yitzhak means laughter. Abraham fathered Yitzhak. Yitzhak fathered Yaakov. Yaakov means he grasps the heel or supplanter. Yaakov fathered Yehuda, which means Yehuda means to intimately know Yahweh. Yehuda fathered Peretz. Peretz means a breach in a wall. Zarach means dawning, shining, or arising. So Yehuda fathered Peretz and Zarach out of Tamar. Tamar means palm tree. And Peretz fathered Hetzron. Hetzron means enclosed from the walled town. Hetzron fathered Ram. Ram means pleasing or supreme. Ram fathered Aminadab. Aminadab means people of liberality, or my kinsman is noble. Aminadab fathered Nachshon. Nachshon means snake bird, meaning like a bird with a snake-like neck. Nachshon fathered Salmon. Salmon means peace, but it's probably not Alaskan. Salmon fathered Boaz. Boaz means he establishes in strength. Out of Rahab. Rahab means to be wide. Boaz fathered Obed out of Ruth. Obed means servant or slave, and Ruth means a female friend or companion. Obed fathered Yeshai. Yeshai means my husband, or Yahweh, Yah or Yahweh exists. Yeshai fathered David. Like I said, David means beloved. David fathered Shalomo. Shalomo or Solomon means payback or fair penalty. David the king fathered Shalomo out of Uriah's wife. Uriah means flame of Yah, or my light is Yah. Shalomo fathered Rehoboam. Rehoboam means enlarges the people. Rehoboam fathered Abiyah, which means my father is Yah. Abiyah fathered Asa. Asa means physician or cure. And Asa fathered Yoshaphat. Yoshaphat means Yahweh is judge. Yoshaphat fathered Yoram. Yoram means Yahweh is exalted. Yoram fathered Uzziah. Uzziah means strength of Yah. Uzziah fathered Yotam. Yotam means Yahweh is whole, or may Yahweh complete. You see how I'm doing on time? Oh, I'm a little bit okay. Yotam fathered Ahaz. Ahaz means possessor. Ahaz fathered Hizkiyahu. Hizkiyahu means Yahweh is my strength. And Chizkiyahu fathered Menashe. Menashe means making to forget or from a debt. And Menashe fathered Ammon. Ammon means teacher, builder, or trustworthy. And Ammon fathered Yoshiyahu. Yoshiyahu means, or Josiah, commonly known as Josiah, means Yahweh has healed and makes firm the foundation, which I think is a beautiful name. Yoshiyahu fathered Yekonia. Yekonia means Yah will fortify and establish. Fathered Yekonia and his brothers at the time of the exile to Babel. Babel means gate of power and authority, or gateway to El. El being the powerful authority commonly translated as God. And after the exile to Babel, Yekonia fathered Shealtiel. Shealtiel means I have asked of El. Shealtiel fathered Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel means born in Babel, or Babel. And Zerubbabel fathered Abihud, which means my father is majesty. And Abihud fathered Abiner. Abiner means father of light. And Abiner fathered Eliakim. Eliakim means El is raising up. And Eliakim fathered Azor. Azor means helper. And Azor fathered Zadok. And Zadok means man of Yahweh's right path. And Zadok fathered Akim. Akim means he will make, establish, or judge. And Akim fathered Elihud. Elihud means my El is majestic, or grandeur, or praise. And Elihud fathered Elazar. Elazar means whom El helps. And Elazar fathered Matan. Matan means giving. And Matan fathered Jacob. And Jacob, like I said, means he grasps the heel or supplanter. Okay, I'm going to stop there. But I'm going to continue this in the next video, so hopefully this is helpful. I would love any kind of responses, any kind of feedback. That would be great. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day. Shabbat Shalom. Goodbye.